America, we have a problem, and it is Joe Biden in the White House and the absolute disaster in messaging that he is making and how he's dealing with this situation between Russia and Ukraine, this war between Russia and Ukraine. So over the past couple of weeks that this war has been going on, I think it just hit its month mark, we have been treated to gaffe after gaffe from President Biden in terms of how he speaks, in terms of how he speaks off the cuff to reporters, to all these different things. We have had him basically talking to troops saying, well, you're going to see what it's like when you're on the ground. And then you have his administration sort of trying to have to clean that up and saying, well, no, President Biden is not talking about putting the troops on the ground at all. When in fact, we all heard him say these things. And he also has a very complicit mainstream media that is helping him sort of cover up and launder these lies. Literally, he had a remark where he talked about regime change in Russia. Look, he said Putin cannot continue to be the leader. Well, Mr. President, that means that you're advocating for regime change. Is this something that America is thinking about doing the more we get involved in this conflict between Russia and Ukraine? Now, admittedly, and you guys do not forget that we have sent $14.5 billion to Ukraine to help secure their borders, and we have also spent $800 million to fund equipment and weapon systems for them. Okay, these are things that are actually happening. And when a reporter actually says, this is what you say, this is what you've done, Biden basically says, no, that never happened. No, I didn't do that. This is all absolutely saying, this is all completely ridiculous. And it really does. It really does bring up the question, and I know that this is something that is, you're not supposed to say this. This is sort of like the third rail of politics right now. You're not supposed to talk about Biden's competency to be in this role. You're not supposed to talk about the fact that this is a man that is in his 70s, that has spent the last 2 years in the full public eye, declining mentally. And we can all see these things. These are the hallmarks of somebody that is declining mentally. These are the hallmarks of somebody that is not physically up to do this job. And people, we are only 15 months into this. It is deeply concerning. It is deeply pathetic. And the embarrassing cue cards that he's being caught with, these embarrassing gaffes that he's making, and he's lying to people and trying to pretend as if he did not say these things, these are not things that are helping his poll numbers rise. Because remember, this is all supposed to be a major distraction from the real issues going on that most Americans can see with their own two eyes. They can see gas prices going up. They can see a border that is completely out of control. They can see grocery prices that are so much higher now than they were even a year ago, and this is due to inflation. And Biden is not appearing as a strong leader at this point in even his dealings with any of these things or the dealings with the war that is going on right now between Russia and the Ukraine. This is an absolute joke. And what I believe, and I'm completely sincere and honest about this, I'm not being hacky, I'm not trying to get more views or clicks or whatever, is that we really need to start thinking about it, whether or not it's time to have the public conversation about President Joe Biden's mental fitness to be in this role, because I doubt it more and more every day.